There are countless sorts of healthcare fraud. The ones that get the most press involve money that's stolen from the public. Sometimes that money was stolen by criminal physicians, like the sort who certify healthy patients for hospice care. But there's far fewer press about fraud against physicians. Some of it leaves the physician as a victim. Some of it induces the physician into crime. It's said that William Thompson was the original confidence man, con man. It's probably unlikely. He just received the best press. Well spoken and dressed in a manner evoking a degree of wealth, he'd approach wealthy New Yorkers on the street after engaging the victim in some banter in which perhaps he feigned to be an acquaintance whom the stranger just couldn't quite place. He would make the seemingly outlandish request in 1840 speak, "Have you confidence in me to trust me with your watch until tomorrow?" He often walked off with the watch, of course, never to be seen again. Well, at least until he was caught in July 1849 after ripping off Mr. Thomas McDonald of 276 Madison Street the prior May 12th. Unlike theft, for example, stealing millions from Medicare for non-existent DME that was delivered to non-existent patients, in a con, the victim, also known as the mark, happily and completely voluntarily hands over the proceeds of the crime. As in William Thompson and the watch, the flow of confidence can run from victim to criminal. In May 1849, Mr. McDonald placed confidence in the well-spoken and well-dressed Mr. Thompson. "Of course, here's my watch. See you tomorrow." But as the concept evolved, and here's where it gets more interesting for you, the victim is often pulled into the scheme by the con artist's feigned confidence in the victim, evoking reciprocity, often fueled by greed. Look closely and you can see the breadcrumbs of these scams. In fact, you can even see them advertised in LinkedIn posts along the lines of something I saw last week. Get in on our growing new wellness business, poised to take off across the Northeast. Make an extra $2,500 a month plus stock options as the remote medical director of our first wellness clinic. Just sign off on injections, infusions, capsules, and pills for our members. Never mind that you are 400 miles away from the clinic and have no idea who the members, patients, actually are. Those stock options are multiplying millions, metastasizing in your mind faster than brooms in front of Mickey Mouse. 18 or so months later, when you're also the medical director of 4 other wellness locations, you'll have been sucked so deep into the scam and set up as a co-conspirator that you'll likely never flip. Because to do so would amount to your own confession. But there's no need to be so dark. After 24 years of being the contracted provider of, say, anesthesiology services at St. Larry's Community Hospital, the CEO calls Dr. Bob, the group's president, into her office. She tells Dr. Bob that it's not likely that the hospital will be renewing the group's contract, expiring at the end of 2025, because the hospital is working out the final details of a merger with Santa Margarita Memorial across town to be effective by the end of 2026. Instead, the CEO tells Dr. Bob that those plans, which she says she can trust Dr. Bob not to disclose because they are need to know only, include employing all of the group's physicians to facilitate the model in place at Santa Margarita. Of course, they'll need someone to serve as the chief medical officer anesthesiology, with at least an extra $100,000 a year of pay. And of course, she'd like Dr. Bob to take the job. How much will Dr. Bob do to facilitate the handover of his group, to not terminate or leverage threat of termination in December 2025? For those who consider that sort of common in real life scenario as implausible, substitute hospital CEO for management company. For those who find it hard to believe that a hospital-based medical group leader would do any such thing, substitute him or her with a surgeon owning a majority interest in an ASC. The 25% management fee is a bargain because we have national contracts. The takeaway for you. Well, as they say in carpentry, measure twice, cut once. In connection with your participation in any healthcare deal, measure at least thrice. That is, get expert legal advice so you don't get cut. Or, as they say in con games, if you don't know who the mark is, it's you.